For more on the forum, we're joined now by Rong Ying. He is the Vice President and a Senior Research Fellow at the China Institute of International Studies. And of course, you are there. Describe things for us. How's the forum going so far?
Well, I think the forum, the Beijing Xiangshan Forum, BXI, has been going on very well. This is the second day, actually the full official day, as we have known that the opening ceremony is going on. I think, as your reporter rightly said, that ever since its launch in 2006, this forum has now become one of the major forum for global and regional security. I think which certainly at a par with other sort of similar forums for security defense dialogues in the region and beyond. But it also has its own features, its own characteristics. First and foremost, we have seen that its influence, its significance has been growing as as demonstrated by this year's forum. We see the largest number of participants, and in terms of, not only in terms of the country, we have over 100 countries that send their representatives, their delegates. We also have certainly largest numbers compared to the previous one. The second feature, of course, it's the kind of the comprehensiveness or the open and inclusive way, where not only we have delegates from the United States, Russia, Ukraine, the Philippines, and others, we also have many, I think, delegates around the world, Africa, Latin America, and certainly in China's neighborhood. Last but not least, I think the voices of global South or developing countries are one of the sort of features where, where it stands differently from other forums. We see, that's why I see there are great enthusiasm and interest of developing countries attending that. So this is, I think, become now one of the most influential forum, a global forum for security and defense dialogue, but also I think promotes or advocates and a kind of a vision or views that how, on the one hand, China as an emerging power that advocates a peaceful rise, what role and contribution China is going to make to the world peace and stability. And in the meantime, they also provide a forum where different views, different ideas can be discussed, debated, so that we can look for an answer that would help, to address the emerging securities, complex, turbulent for this world.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's interesting because I'm sure there are some of our viewers who are not really all that familiar with the forum. You gave us a really good primer setting the stage and talking about how it's been here since 2006, so it's coming up on almost 2 decades. How has it helped to resolve security and regional conflicts? Is it just bringing people together, having the dialogues? We see the Philippines leader and the Chinese leader kind of having these talks on the sidelines. Is that what's needed?
Yeah, certainly. I think on the one hand, it's a forum, in which means it serves a platform where not only I think officials officials of countries with different interests, contracting or conflict interests, can debate and discuss. And also, I think it serves as a venue where I think on the sidelines, where I think the dialogues or talks can be taking place. But most importantly, it serves as a platform where different views, different sort of perspective can be debated, can be shared under the theme of promoting peace for a shared future of lasting peace and common prosperity. And with regard to the impact to these, to the ongoing current sort of security situation in the world and the region as a whole, I think one would certainly very much hope that China would play a more and more important role in this regard. So this is again a very good opportunity for the countries outside China to understand what China is up to and what China has done.
Right.
I think this is the most important thing.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. This year's theme is promoting peace for a shared future. It seems like such a lofty goal. And as the reporter suggested, you know, can solutions emerge from these kind of gatherings? And also we're looking at other issues, you know, AI now at the forefront, one of the topics being discussed at this year's forum. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, this is again a very important sort of topics that the forum has been focusing on. This year, in addition to the plenary sessions focusing on the big issues, sort of multipolarity, security architecture in the region, and others, I think the impacts or the complications caused by emerging economies for the cybersecurity and AI is a very important themes and subtopic. And I think the question is, of course, while all the countries in the world, particularly I think those countries like the United States and China, which has possessed the advanced technologies, would share that how to ensure, manage the uncertainties, unpredictabilities that are emerging, arising from the development of these technologies. But the most importantly, I think there are agreements, or at least that understanding of the need for talks, for cooperation, to manage and to prevent the abuse or misuse of these technologies, so that the human being, the world we are living, would be able to not only to harness the opportunities, the good side of these emerging technologies, and most importantly, to prevent the bad side. So technologies for good is the theme and the subject, and hopefully at the forum, new ideas and new initiatives were coming out.
Yeah, technology for good and talks much better than tensions. Thank you so much for joining us with your analysis. We covered a lot of ground. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.